Hi there, Tualatin Lego fans and library lovers. It's me, Blair Archer, welcoming you back into the BRIX Lego studio for another exciting episode of our winter special series. If you can't tell, today we're going to get a little frosty up in here and learn how to winterize our Lego worlds. Why don't you join me over at the building desk and let's take a look at some awesome elements and techniques that you can use to bring winter to your own Lego village. Here's a preview of some of the elements we're going to use for today's mini build. If you want, you can pause the video now and take a look at your Lego collection to find some of these parts. Welcome to our soon-to-be Lego Winter Wonderland. To help make today's lesson extra special, I've enlisted the help of a very cool friend of mine, the Snow Queen. Hello! Would you be so kind as to lend us the use of your awesome powers to help bring some winter to this Lego universe? Does that help? Not exactly what I had in mind, but it's a great start. Would you perhaps like to stick around and build a snowman? No thanks. I think you must be thinking of someone else. Okay, well, thanks for your help. Have a great day. Clean up on base plate 1. Oh no! Well, it seems some of you have stuck around to build Snowman with me, so let's take a look at how we can build some really cool Lego snowmen. Obviously, one of the most enticing parts of winter is building something out of snow. Typically, we're a little late to get snow here in Oregon, but that doesn't mean that our Lego worlds have to wait. When you're building a Lego snowman, getting rounded elements to represent the sections of the body is definitely the most important part. You should look for different kinds of rounded shapes, including quarter domes, round bricks, plates, tiles, inverted or not, even buildable figure parts can be super useful. But most especially, you want to keep an eye out for dishes. Any different size dish can be used to create the descending order of snowman spheres that make up the iconic shape. I really like to build with these shapes facing outward because even though it's not quite as presentable from the back, it looks really awesome from the front. Let's take a look at how we did this. For the bottom segment here, I've used a series of inverted slopes and regular 45-degree slopes surrounding this Technic brick in order to create the base of the snowman. For this technique, you can use solid 2x2 slopes or 2 1x2 slopes together to give you the same effect. The Technic brick in the middle has a Technic half pin inside. You can see the Technic half pin slips into the middle of the Technic brick, giving you access to a single stud of connectivity. If you can't find the Technic half pin in blue, they are also available in light gray, and you can use these kinds of pieces as a substitute if you can't find any. Once you have your brick set, you simply put your inverted slope 1x2 bricks on the side and finish it off with your 45-degree slopes on top. If you are using 2x2 slopes, you will find that this structure is much more solid than if you're using the 1x2. Once you have it set like this, you have two choices. You can put a 3x3 dish on or a 4x4 dish. If you put the 4x4 dish on, it's flush and almost overlapping the sides here. It's a little bit bigger than our slope, but it makes a really great bottom section. You can also use the 3x3 dish, but just remember, you have to put a single 1x1 round plate on the bottom, otherwise it doesn't have the ability to connect straight down. Once you've completed the lower portion of your snowman, it's time to turn to the torso. Starting it off, we're going to begin with a 2x2 plate with 2 headlight bricks on top, facing outward, and a 1x2 brick behind. This will be the next layer, and also where we attach our arms in the near future. Following that, we're going to use this 2x2 modified plate with 2 studs on one edge. It also goes up 1 plate, so we're using a 1x2 plate behind it to level it out. On the front, we're using this 2x2 jumper with a 2x2 dish to give us the rounded texture of our next layer. When it comes to designing the snowman's head, the first thing to do is figure out how to incorporate the iconic carrot nose. When we look at the carrot element, you can see that it has both a bar hole and a bar as part of it. In order to attach it to our snow person, what I've used is a 1x2 modified brick with studs on the side. You could use 2 1x1 headlight bricks if you need to, and this jumper plate, plus one of these newer 1x1 round plate or tile elements with the bar and hairpiece accessory. That slides right into the top of the carrot and directly on as the nose. For the top of the head, I'm using a 2x2 dome, which implies these lovely little eyes here, with a stud on top. The stud allows me to put this top hat on, but you can use any kind of hat that you see fit. Then we slide that over to our body and stick it on the top. Once you've completed the rest of the body for your snowman, it's time to look out for some elements to use for the arms. Here is an awesome selection of different bar elements that we can use to create arms that look like sticks we've shoved into our snowman. You can use all kinds of shapes to evoke different styles, from very simple, a pretty classic technique that LEGO has used for many years, to more complex. You can get a lot of different poses, attitudes, and styles depending on which element you use. You can use headlight bricks on the side to change direction and allow you to use pieces at different angles or lengths depending on what you're going for. We can also use some plate techniques to finish up our arms and give a different sense of posability and style. Here, using a 1x2 half bow and a 1x2 plate, we can give some stubby little arms that give a lot of posability. And on top of that, you could add more plates in different directions, or something like a clip that will allow them to hold on to different objects. On this side, I've used a 1x2 half bow and a 1x2 with the Technic pinhole in order to give us some immediate ability for our character to grasp different tools in a loose and snowman-like fashion, whether it's a broom or even a mop. The possibilities are truly limitless when it comes to customizing your LEGO snow person. Whether you want to leave it simple or take it even further than this, as long as you cover some of these basic elements, you will have an instantly recognizable winter icon for your LEGO world. What kinds of interesting ways can you customize your creation in order to make it all your own? Before we end for today, I wanted to mention that if you don't have all the parts we used for today's assembly, you can always find another solution. For example, this snowman I've had around for a while, and it shows that as long as you can find some of these rounded elements and prop them up in front of one another, you can really create the correct shape using what you have on hand. Awesome! Well, thanks for joining me here in the Brick Studio learning how to winterize our LEGO worlds. I hope that some of the tips and tricks that we covered today are useful in helping you enhance your own LEGO universe. Remember, any LEGO piece can be used in an almost infinite number of ways. What kind of interesting things can you come up with to help winter come to your LEGO builds? Until next time, remember to play well and hit those bricks. Thanks again for joining us. Bye!